Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, man. Today is April the 30th, and we have 2 games on the board for today. There was 4 games yesterday. I only made 2 official plays. I'm talking about this for the last few days now, but the longer the playoffs, the longer these series go, the harder it is and the less value you get on some of these lines. So I haven't really been firing off too many plays. We've started off hot. Yesterday, I did take a slight step backwards. I was on the Clippers. I loved the Clippers last night. And Jamal Murray said, don't love the Clippers, love me. Dude came out, looked like prime Jordan. Denver hit 17 threes. It was their 7th time all season in the close to 86, 87 games that they've played so far. Only 7 times have the Denver Nuggets hit 17 threes or more. And they won again, 7-0 in those games where they've hit 17 threes. Jamal Murray was out of the world. Got to kind of give him credit. That dunk by Aaron Gordon in game 4, proved to be maybe a pendulum swing in this series because Clippers couldn't get a stop last night. But neither here nor there. We did jump on the Milwaukee Bucks money line live at halftime. And shout out to Gary Trent Jr. for wanting to go on vacation early. That ended up being a winner. So we lose a little bit of juice. I didn't play any of the player props that I talked about yesterday. Those were all just on the short list. A couple of them cashed, a couple of them didn't. Amin Thompson did go up and over. No, Sir Thompson went up and over. That would have been a loser. Kyle Kuzma did stay under. There was a couple other that we talked about, but neither here nor there. Let's jump into it for today. There are only 2 games. I got a bet that I want to place on both of them. I do have a bet that I want to place on both of them. Good morning, G Herd. Good morning, Algina. Says Clippers played like trash last night. Let's bounce back today. They absolutely did, man. A lot of reasons to like the Clippers last night. And James Harden turned into playoff James Harden. I don't want to talk about it no more. But yeah, I agree. Top of the morning to my guy, Justin. What's up? Dom says after last night, overrated. And Tyrese Halliburton shouldn't be mentioned in the same sentence again. He did hit some clutch shots. I didn't think that it would take as much as it needed to take, and they wouldn't have to win in heroic effort, but they got the job done. Already see them as 8-point dogs in game 1 against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who I think are going to be a little bit better defensively than the Bucks, but we'll see how that goes. Chad says, I've given the Clippers way too much of my money this season. The lights are just too bright for them. They fold under pressure. Pressure bursts pipes. Okay, what up, Peasy? Top of the morning to you. Prime Michael Jordan, Phillips. I know you know what I'm talking about, bro. I know you at least 30 years old and you remember Prime Jordan, man. Prime Jordan is what Jamal Murray turned into last night. I was reading some stuff that said Jamal Murray had his best game since the bubble. And if you remember the bubble run, Jamal Murray looked like, Dwayne Wade mixed with Kobe Bryant in the bubble. Yeah, it was just a big game for Jamal Murray. Jokic didn't even need to do much, even though he finished with a triple-double. Probably should have played Detroit first half. TC Best says, good morning, Chris. Detroit basketball, Pistons in 7. I feel kind of indifferent about the series now, but we talked about Detroit first half yesterday. They got the job done for a game as well. I just wish they could have won on Sunday and, got the foul call that they needed so I could have cashed that bet. Live bet on Indy. Yeah, my fault. I'm sorry. Y'all looking at that. Y'all thinking I didn't bet Milwaukee live. That would have been a loser. Shout out to you, Justin, for catching that. Indy money line live was the winner yesterday. What up, Swish? Appreciate you for tapping in. He also says Detroit basketball. I'm glad people made some money with the Pistons yesterday. I stayed on the sideline, but they got the job done yesterday. Definitely got the job done. Mario says, yo, Chris, thinking about taking your approach when it comes to our Lakers. Staying away from the game. My emotions have gotten the best of me thinking we are good. It's just a bad matchup in my opinion, Vario. But I do got a look on the game today. I have not bet it. I haven't really been involved too much with the series, but I kind of want to gamble a little bit today. I do think it's a look that I like. We'll talk about it in just a second. Let's see. Yeah, Bucks fans. Yeah, Giannis might be done. He might be done. All right, that's enough of that. DJ says, when I saw Caitlin Clark at the game, I knew there was no way the Pacers were losing. I mean, the Pacers tried everything that they could to lose the game last night, man. Down by 4, down by 7. I'm talking about with less than 2 minutes left. And Yeah, it was a tough closeout game. Really, really tough closeout game. All right, let's jump into it for today. Only, like I said, only 2 games. We'll start off with jaXon, your AI sports betting companion / homie / tool / assistant. Use jaXon to, handicap player prop sides, totals, over, unders, whatever it is that you're looking for. MLB, NBA, WNBA is right around the corner as well. Hockey, tennis, you name it. jaXon has a little bit of everything. So today's prompt. So jaXon did go, I think, 1-1 yesterday. jaXon likes the under between the Boston Celtics and Orlando Magic, which proved to be an over. jaXon also liked Paulo Banchero under his 29.5 points, and that was a winner. Paulo did struggle yesterday. jaXon called that one right. So another 1-1 day. I think that's back-to-back 1-1 days for jaXon. So today, same prompt. What is the best player prop under both in the NBA, in both NBA games based on playoff stats? So jaXon likes Dylan Brooks under his 1.5 threes at plus 136. It says that he struggled against the Warriors in the 2024-2025 season with the hit rate of 66% to the under. So for this prop, 6 of his 9 games have gone under. His season average for 3-pointers is 2.5, well, right about 2.5, but against Golden State, it's dropped to 1.78. The Warriors rank amongst the top teams in defense, defending the perimeter, which further supports the likelihood of a Dylan Brooks under. So jaXon likes Dylan Brooks to not hit 2 threes today. I think the looks will be there, but he's not the greatest shooter. I don't know if I'd play it though, but that's what jaXon likes. Also, jaXon likes Nickeil Alexander-Walker under his 4.5 points at minus 125 on BetMGM. Says that he has a 62.5% hit rate to the under against the Lakers this season. 5 of the 8 games he stayed under the 4.5 points. His average points against the Lakers during this season is 8.12, but his recent playoff performances have been inconsistent, with a last 5 games average of just 5.8 points per game. The Lakers defense has been efficient in limiting secondary scores, making this under a strong play. So jaXon likes Nickeil Alexander-Walker under his 4.5 points and Dylan Brooks under his 1.5 threes. Okay. All right. As far as I was looking for a total, I want to give you guys another one real quick. So jaXon also likes the Golden State Warriors team total over 99.5. And it says that the Warriors have consistently scored over this line 80% of their last 10 games with an average of 108.3 points per game. Matchup advantage. The Houston Rockets ranked 28th in defensive efficiency during the playoffs, allowing opponents to score freely. I'm not sure how true that is. 28th defensively. It's not even 28 teams that made the playoffs. So I'm not sure where that number comes from. I'm pretty sure it's pulled from somewhere, but I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure about that. Why it's a strong bet? With Jimmy Butler listed as day-to-day, the Warriors' offensive firepower led by their perimeter shooting should thrive against a weak Rockets defense. I wouldn't call the Rockets defense weak, though. But that's what jaXon likes today. So 3 plays that jaXon likes. We'll see how it goes, man. But check jaXon out. There's a link in the description where you can get 50% off using promo code ChrisBeCappinn. So check that out. So let's jump into it. First game on the board for today is the Warriors. They will be in Houston. And I'll just tell you guys, if you're betting day of, like, it's hard to get any kind of value as far as the line. This line opened with the Rockets actually laying, what was it? I think it might have been, let me just double check it real quick. I know it wasn't 4 though. This opened 2, I think. Yeah, 2, I think, was the number that it opened at. And money quickly, of course, came in on the Rockets with them being in a elimination game at home. Pushed this up to 4. The total has come from, it's opened at 204.5. It touched 205 just for a quick second. Immediately started to come back down, and there's been some battle in the market. But it's settled at 203. It's been this way since yesterday when I first started looking into this line and into this game. So let's talk about it. We start with the injury report. Jimmy Butler is supposed to be out there with his team today. He did play returning game 4, and they look good. The Warriors have won back-to-back games after losing game 2 and still in game 1, of course, in Houston. So first thing that jumps out to me is I want to see how well these home favorites do in elimination game 5 specifically. And they do typically win. Not as much cover, but they do cover at a pretty high rate, enough to be a a winning proposition, put it that way, enough for you to be profitable if you hit 57% of your bets, which is what that number is. So home favorites in elimination game 5s are 30-10 straight up, 23-17 against the spread. That's the 57.5%. If it's a first round game, first round series, they're 19-5 straight up. So that favors the Rockets, and they're 14-10 against the spread. So they don't cover as frequently, but it's about the same actually. One thing I looked at, just like doing some SDQL work, one thing I looked at was how 7 seeds do specifically in game 5s. And this is a stretch, right? So take it with a grain of salt. But I'm just like, trying to find the edge yesterday. So I'm looking at 7 seeds, which the Warriors are, in game 5s where they won the first game. So I'll just match their series, right? Win game 1, lose game 2, win game 3, win game 4. In the first round specifically, those teams are 1-5 straight up, 0-5-1 against the spread in game 5s, and the totals are 5-1 to the under. So that says Warriors, that says Rockets, that says Warriors under. When I go back and look, and maybe I should, matter of fact, I'll pull this up real quick just so you guys can look at it with me. I want to go through and kind of talk about the box score really quickly. It's only 2 games too, so let's do that real quick. So we go back and look at, this is just ESPN. If we go back and look, minimize myself real quick. So we go back and look at the team stats in game number 4. The Rockets, made a push, right? Warriors came out, guns blazing in the first quarter. The Rockets still only lost the first quarter by 2. You can see that right here. But in a strong second quarter, and then the Warriors came out, dominated the third, and then the Rockets come back. So if the Rockets can throw the first punch, which I think that they will early in this game, I do think that that's probably the best look. So I'll talk about that in a little second. You can see that the Rockets they actually shot the ball better than the Warriors. They shot the 3-point shot better than the Warriors in game 3 as well. As you can see, Draymond and Dylan Brooks kind of getting into it over here in this video. Let me pause that. I don't want it to be a distraction. Free throws, Rockets were better as well. As far as attempts, one thing about the Rockets, I will tell you guys, especially late game scenario, then you see the 61% from the free throw line. Like that's why you can say that that's why they lost the game. They got more foul calls. Maybe they were the more physical team. Shot 9 more free throws, but 61% compared to 90 not gonna get the job done. When you're out here missing 12 free throws and you lose the game by 3, as you can see right here, it's a recipe for losing the game. Definitely a recipe for losing the game. And the Rockets, they're just not a great shooting team in general. They can't shoot free throws. They can't shoot threes. It's not a great shooting team, even though they did shoot 47% from the 3-point line in this game. So maybe a little bit of offensive regression here for the Rockets. Warriors did, facilitate the ball a little bit better. Rockets had, just a few turnovers, but the Warriors actually gave up 20 points off of their turnovers. You would expect this number to come down just a tad bit. All in all, and you see the Rockets actually dominated the points in the paint as well, and won the rebounds again as well. They were +7 on the boards and a +4 on the offensive glass as well. All in all, though, I'll tell you guys, the way I think about this game is I think in a desperation spot at the crib, the Rockets have been good pretty much all season, and that's the way I want to bet them. I'm not sure if they can win the game. I think that they can win the game. I absolutely do. But I think you get the Rockets' best punch early in this game. I think Rockets' first half is the best bet right now. And it's shaded, right? The full game is -4. The first half, I think the best number I saw right before the show was 3.5. 2.5. I'm sorry, 2.5. Caesars got it at -110. DraftKings got it at -110. Bet365 got it at -110 as well. I think that that's the best way to play this game. Not that the Warriors are not the better team. I think that they've proven that they are. They can get the stops. They have a lot more offense. I just expect the Rockets to throw everything, including the kitchen sink at the Warriors in this game. Be motivated by the home crowd as well. I think that they win the first half. I'm not sure full game. As far as what they'll need to do so, you'll continue to need Fred VanVleet. I should have stayed on ESPN so I could show you guys the stats, but you'll continue to need Fred VanVleet to play well. We talked about him having a big game in the last one. He did shoot 8 for 12 from the 3-point line, finished with 25 points. I think he's sitting at around 17.5 today. So potentially Fred VanVleet, continue to have a good game. Alfred Sengun had 31 points in that game as well, 10 boards. You continue to need him to dominate. You need Dylan Brooks to knock down some shots. But you also, not my guy, but you need Jalen Green. I mean, 8 points ain't gonna cut it. And that's back-to-back games where he's absolutely been just abysmal, not doing anything out there on the offensive end. So those things all need to happen for the Warriors to, lose by 3 in the first half. I like the Rockets early though. That's my thought process. Player prop wise, I'm not sure if it's still there, but I was looking into Draymond Green on his assist prop to go under. The number's 4.5. It was kind of juiced as well, like -135, -138 on Bet365. But if you go in and look at the numbers, Draymond Green is under. He's only had 5, 6, 7, and 8 potential assists throughout the first 4 games of this series, and he's under in 17 of his 23 games this season, where he's taken where he's had less than 9 potential assists, including 8 straight games. So that was one way that I was looking. Matter of fact, let's go over to if I can find the tab. I got a million tabs open, so forgive me for that. But if I can find the tab, let's see if I can find it. Dang, what I do with it? I can't find it. I got so many tabs open right now. Let's see. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, let's go real quick and look at that. And the number may have changed, so it may not be that important, honestly. But it's actually right here. Okay. All right, so Outlier, let's see what the best number is and if it's still available. This was something I was looking at yesterday. All right, so refresh this. Green. Make sure we pick Draymond. There's a link in the description if you guys want to check out Outlier. So Draymond, under his 4.5 assists was how I was looking at this game. Oh, yes, down to 3.5 now. There is 4.5. Looks like super juice now. But look at this. This is what I was looking at, right? So 3, 1, 4, and 2 assists. Draymond, somebody that, does a lot for their offense. We know the Rockets don't give up many assists. You can see that they limit teams to the second fewest assists per game. And then this is what really started to interest me when I started to look at these bars right here: 8, 7, 5, and 6, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, like I said. And when you factor all these in, like I said, he's under in 17 of his 23 games this season where he's under 9 potential assists. So if he doesn't get the 9 potential, which I feel like the Rockets defense will be a little bit better this game, I think it's an under for Draymond Green on his assist. But like I said, I already missed the best of the number. I'm not sure if there's a 4.5 still available. That's just my thought process on the game. As far as the total, both games in Houston have gone under so far this season. First game was the Rockets really struggling to score. Second game, the Rockets played really good defense and the Warriors struggled to score. So not really sure how I feel about the total. I kind of want to lean over, thinking that, both teams could shoot like they shot in the last game and we could see the points scored. But I don't know. I kind of feel indifferent. I like Rockets first half more than anything else in this game, though. Let's see what you guys are thinking about this one. Let's see. Justin played Rockets -3.5. Adam says taking the Lakers and Rockets 2-leg money line parlay at +123, 5-unit play. Okay. Rockets first quarter for LJ, 26-1 straight up in the first quarter off a loss with the starters since November the 4th. So I like first half a little bit more. I just think that if the Rockets gonna win the game, it's gonna have to be early. And I couldn't talk you off of first quarter. I think I just like the first half a little bit more, just in case they need to settle in a little bit. But I like that a lot. Reem says he's going Warriors money line. Brooks talks too much. Butler makes sure they stay at the crib. Man, I kind of think the Warriors can win the game too. I really, really do. I like over. I like Rockets first half, and that Warriors team total at 99.5 could be a really, cool way to play the game without having to necessarily play the spread. Rocket spot, Jay Fuller says Rockets -4. 77 figure says top play of the day for him. Okay. Justin says going to add Rockets first quarter -1.5 after the show. Houston just needs to make more shots. Jay Fuller said make more free throws, and it really solves the problem. Jalen Green to make a bit more than 8 points should get them over the hump. And I agree. We saw that they outshot the Warriors in the last game. Just you got to 61% from the free throw line, not gonna win any games, and that's the type of stuff that'll kill you in the playoffs. That kind of goes unseen in the regular season because you're just better than those teams. TC Best says he's still fading Jalen Green under his points plus rebounds. Could not talk you off. We talked about this before game number 1 when I did the show with Dream 2 weeks ago. If you bet Jalen Green under every game in the series, you've made a lot of money. He's only had that 138-point game. All right, next game up. My Lakers at the crib, backs against the wall, laying 5.5. This number's up to 6 on some books. Also a game where if you wanted to be in, you wanted to been in, and I didn't play it. 3.5 is what this one opened at. It's up to 5.5. Some 6s out there as well. Total open to 11.5. It's come down as low as 209 on some books. There's consensus as 209.5. This is another game, man. I'm just gonna get straight into it. Where I kind of feel like the Lakers with their back against the wall. I kind of think that early for the Lakers is the best play as well. These teams not necessarily going to be coming from behind to win the game at the crib when they're in the desperation spot. In my opinion, I think you see a lot of energy early in this game. Go back to the trend I just talked about, what I just shared with you guys. Home favorites in elimination game 5s are 30-10 straight up, 23-17 against the spread, 57.5%. They're winning the first half by about 4.5 points. And then the second half, things typically tend to slow down a little bit. If it's the first round, 19-5 straight up, 14-10 against the spread. I shared those numbers as well. If we go back and look at, what happened in game number 4, JJ Redick took a lot of criticism. Excuse me. JJ Redick took a lot of criticism, for playing the starters the whole entire fourth quarter. LeBron and Luka, north of 44 minutes, I think is what they played in that game. The Lakers offense continues to get the job done. Like you could say that their defense is what's let them down. They've been dominated on the boards, and it's not even been necessarily Rudy Gobert. I was actually looking to fade Rudy Gobert. I haven't played it yet, but I was looking to fade Rudy Gobert just because his minutes have gone like way down since the playoffs have started. And I wouldn't play his points. I would play his points plus rebounds. I think you just see a lot of energy and effort from the Lakers. LeBron's rebounds is also up to 9.5. I think that's indicative of, him being the best rebounder on the floor for the Lakers as well. But if you go back and look at, what happened in game 4, the Lakers shot the ball well, again, from the three-point line, 40% from the three-point line. They hit 19 of their 47 threes, couple controversial calls late. The Lakers led, leading into the fourth quarter, they were, had a nice low margin, and the Minnesota Timberwolves just talked them down, ended up winning the fourth quarter 32-19. So they were plus 13 in the fourth quarter. I think the Lakers early in this spot, the same way that they came out, dominated the first quarter. Well, not dominated. They were +4 in the first quarter on the road in Minnesota. I think we see that early. It also just kind of speaks to me that, LeBron being a little bit older in age, he's going to be a lot fresher at the beginning of games. And if you took Lakers first, I guess, team total over in general, that was a winner last game. But if you took them early, I think you've been making a little bit more money than you've been losing in this series. So I expect the Lakers to continue to shoot well from the three-point line. I expect them, Luka to continue to have, another big game. Couldn't talk anybody off Luka over his points prop. And another one where I kind of like I said, I like it Lakers early. I think desperation spot at the crib. We see the Timberwolves maybe, not as focused. I also think that the Lakers will do a little bit better job of, not turning the ball over, giving the Timberwolves a lot of points in transition. They were -14 in points scored off of the turnovers. They lost that battle 19-5. So I'll go Lakers first half. I haven't bet it yet, but I will be betting that today. I think the Lakers play better at the crib with their backs against the wall. Lakers first half -3.5 is what I'm looking at in this game. And I didn't, like I said, I was thinking about fading Rudy Gobert. I didn't get there. I think there are a couple player props in this one. Last game we cashed on Austin Reeves under his 4.5 assists. They dropped that number to 3.5. I don't like that as much. And I'll probably be looking to fade some of the Timberwolves role players, not necessarily their starters. I think I think the Lakers win. I'm just not sure if they cover, so I'm not gonna bet the full game. Let's see. What are you guys thinking about this one? Manny says Lakers first quarter. Could not talk you off for Lakers first quarter. Let's see real quick. The first quarter is probably 1.5, 2. What is it? Lakers first quarter actually 2.5. So, I mean, you're paying the absolute juice to take the Lakers early. The 3.5 is what I'm looking at in the first half specifically. I think the Lakers got to be winning by multiple possessions heading into halftime to win this game. Let's see. Swish says Lakers first quarter, first half. Bron not letting up in the house Kobe built. I hope you're right, Swish. I hope you're right. I haven't bet the Lakers all series either. Just FYI, I do like them early in this spot though. Don says Lakers first quarter money line. Rockets first quarter money line parlay maybe. I'm not parlaying anything because one of these favorites can lose today. Absolutely, they can lose just because I told you guys 30 and 10 straight up are the home favorites in elimination game 5s. That means 10 times they've lost, right? So out of 40 games, 10 have won, 30 have won, and 10 have lost. I'm not parlaying anything. But if you're a parlayer and that's your route, take it. I'm not gonna talk you off. I like the favorites. I'm not parlaying them though. Not parlaying them. What up, Lightbear? Appreciate you for tapping in. JFX says Wolves player better on the road usually, but I'm kind of like Lakers first quarter spread to hit along with others, and I kind of agree with that. Yeah. Kind of agree with that, man. LeBron over his 2.5 threes and a double-double at plus 115. J-Dot says the double-double makes sense. I'm interested to see what JJ Redick does with the minutes in this game. Does he go back to the role players, or do you play heavy minutes with your starters? Like how many minutes do Jordan Goodwin get? Gabe Vincent gets off the bench. Like that stuff will be very interesting to me. And how that plays out, especially with Luka and LeBron both playing 46 minutes in that last game. Austin Reeves would have probably also played just as many minutes if he didn't get in foul trouble. Remember, he got in foul trouble early in the game as well. So you need some of those guys to step up, though. Dorian Finney-Smith hit that big 3 late in the fourth quarter, but he finished with 6 points. The Lakers bench, even when they did play, they didn't do much. Jared Vanderbilt was a -3. Gabe Vincent was a -7. He finished with 1 steal and 1 rebound, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. So, I mean, you need some of those guys, and role players do play better at home. We just saw last night with Boston role players after scoring 6 points in game 4 in Orlando, they step up and have about 25, 30 points last night in that win against the Orlando Magic. So I do think the team, from a bench perspective, plays a little bit better as well. So we'll see how it goes, man. Best of luck on whatever it is that you guys are betting. 2 things, like I said, I'm going to be on both of these. I haven't played them yet, but these are the way I'm looking at the games. And they're green because I will be on both today. So you can count them as official for me. Rockets first half, Lakers first half, minus the 2.5, minus the 3.5. Shop around, make sure you're getting the best number. If I add anything, I will send it out to the members. Use that sign-up link if you're interested in joining. WNBA is also right around the corner. Super excited. I'm starting to do my homework for WNBA now that the training camps are going on. The preseason starts on 2 days from now. So what's 2 days from now? Today's Wednesday. On Friday, I think it's the first game. So yeah, I'll be locked in for WNBA as well, man. Resources as always are here. Check them out if you guys are interested in anything. I've also added a link in the description. If you need, if you're looking for a sports book, sign up links, check out the links in the description, the link in the new link in the description as well. If you're looking for a sports book because you're in a new state or, you just want to open new sports books, I always talk about making sure you guys have all the sports books that are available to you. Even the no vig stuff that I don't even really talk about too much. Definitely want to check those out. So check those out. Use the referral codes. If you're going to sign up, make a deposit, make your first bet. And that's, showing some appreciation towards the show as well. Hit the like button if you can. Appreciate everybody for tapping in as always, man. I wish you guys the best of luck. I wish you guys the best of, just a Wednesday in general as well. And I will catch you guys in the next one, man. Y'all be good. I'm out.